Welcome back to Tech News. Today, it seems like Microsoft has finally rolled out its long-delayed black sheep of a program known as Recall. Microsoft hopes all the citizens of Oceania will rejoice at the new and improved telescreen. Google might lose the Chrome browser, just so, other companies can have their chance to use it to build their own monopolies. And, hang on, let me put on my shocked face.
Rockstar has announced yet another delay in GTA 6, because apparently it's totally normal for a game studio to only release one game every decade. But with that said, let's jump right in.
Well, it looks like Microsoft has finally rolled out its long-delayed recall feature for Windows 11 Copilot Plus PCs. Most of us would rather have it just stayed delayed. That's because some, including myself, see recall as a massive security and privacy issue, kind of masquerading as innovation. The feature, marketed as an AI-powered productivity tool, captures screenshots of a user's screen for the purpose of creating a searchable database of what the user does on their computer. I'm sorry, but you just cannot sell a feature that the intelligence agencies wouldn't love more than recall. But that's my take. While the purpose of the delay was blatantly obvious security concerns and probably a little bit of bad press, Microsoft obviously still believes that this feature is what people want.
Gross invasion of my privacy, this.
Wait till they get you in the back.
The primary issue that people have with recall is privacy. We already don't trust Microsoft, especially since their move from a software company to a telemetry company. Having surveillance just baked into the OS seems like just a new way for Microsoft to monetize Windows users. Luckily though, some of the changes in recall are addressing some of these concerns. Rather than Microsoft's previous plans to enable recall by default, the re-release recall will be completely opt-in, meaning you will have to manually turn it on if you want to use it.
Mr. Hammond, I think we're back in business.
Also, recall will not turn on unless the system has BitLocker enabled. So you can't even accidentally enable it if you're on an unencrypted drive. And Microsoft also claims that all the data recall collects will stay local on the machine itself. Hence the need for an MPU to facilitate local processing of the data. But don't be surprised if there's not some legal speak in the privacy agreement that somehow gives Microsoft the ability to access this data. Now, I'm not saying there is. It just wouldn't really surprise me much.
I don't believe you. What?
Furthermore, even with these changes made by Microsoft, it doesn't change the fact that this feature will still need to be configured manually for privacy exclusions for specific apps and websites. So, I guess now we're just going to take for granted that grandma knows how to tell her computer not to take screenshots when she's checking her bank account. And here's the thing, even if we could trust Microsoft to truly leave this data alone,
I don't believe you.
Storing screenshots locally, even on an encrypted volume, creates an awfully juicy target for malware and other bad actors. One of the initial criticisms of recall was its database was unencrypted. While Microsoft claims to have addressed this issue, it still doesn't mean that exploits won't be found within the system later on.
Shall we play a game?
And with Microsoft's track record of not patching security issues in a very timely manner, this makes this feature kind of more trouble than it's worth. I mean, we already have search history, browser history, cloud backups, and even the entire timestamp system in your file system. Do we even need a feature like recall in the first place? I mean, here's the thing. It's like replacing a solid front door with a glass one just to check if your goldfish is hosting a book club while you're gone. All you have to do is open the door and look inside. You don't need a door that a toddler with a sippy cup could turn into a glittery crime scene. I'm sorry, but this feature is just a little too 1984 for me. I think I'll pass. Are you still running Windows 11 unactivated because the license just costs too much? Then you should check out today's sponsor, VIP-SCDKey, where you can get a valid Windows 11 license for around $20. Stop dealing with that stupid watermark and actually be able to change your desktop background with a valid license for Windows 11. Just go to the link in the description below and pick up a valid Windows 11 license key. During checkout, use the code CyberCPU for a 25% discount. Once you have your key, go to your activation settings in Windows 11 and click the link that says Change Product Key. Enter the product key you just purchased and hit Activate. Now you don't have to deal with that stupid watermark. And check out the description for deals on not just Windows, but Office too. Now, on with the video. In other news, Google might be forced to sell the Chrome browser. Following a 2024 ruling that confirmed Google's search monopoly, the US DOJ is pushing to force Google to sell its Chrome browser. But with a 66% global market share, the DOJ argues that Chrome is being used by Google to illegally steer users to their own search engine, and that's stifling competition. Selling Chrome could open opportunities for competitors to gain search market share. However, this is kind of part of the story that I find kind of funny. Because here's the thing, several companies, including OpenAI, Yahoo, and Perplexity AI, have expressed interest in acquiring Chrome. OpenAI and Perplexity want Chrome to be integrated with their own AI-based search tools, and Yahoo wants Chrome to boost its own market share in online search. So, let me get this right. All of these companies want to use the same monopolistic practices that are causing Google to possibly lose the Chrome browser in the first place for?
Yes, that's a definite yes.
Definite yes.
No. Yes.
Yes!
Is it just me or does that seem a little short-sighted? I mean, some argue that Chrome should be spun off into its own company, but don't we already have that? It's called Brave. And if Brave ever reached a market share that Google has in online search, would they lose the Brave browser? I mean, Google claims that Chrome's integration with the Google infrastructure makes it uniquely dependent on the Google ecosystem. And separating Chrome from that ecosystem would degrade its functionality. And honestly, I have to agree with this statement though. I've recently switched to the Brave browser, and even though it's essentially just a Google-less version of Chrome, it being detached from my Google account genuinely has been my biggest struggle with it. And Google also claims that a forced sale of the Chrome browser could possibly harm the open source Chromium project that Chrome, Brave, Edge, and numerous other browsers are based on. And the thing is, they do make a valid point here as well. Considering Google contributes 94% of all code commits to Chromium, as well as funds 90% of their budget.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I mean, this level of support is obviously in Google's best interest, but will it still be in their best interest if they're not allowed to own the Chrome browser? Furthermore, isn't this level of support for an open source project that multiple other companies take advantage of, like Brave and even Microsoft's own Edge browser, make it hard to prove Chrome is what facilitates Google's monopolistic practices or monopoly in search? I mean, why doesn't Microsoft have a monopoly in search, considering Edge comes with the Windows operating system and is the default browser when you install it? I don't know, maybe that's because Google search is better, and that's why other Chromium browsers haven't given their own companies an edge in other specific search services. Pun intended. I know. Google is kind of seen as the big evil company, and now taking them down a peg makes a lot of people feel good. I mean, I agree. Google started out with the motto, "Don't be evil," and most people see them today as...
You know, I have one simple request, and that is to have sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
But should the government be allowed to cripple a program that wouldn't exist or even be as popular as it is today without Google, just to hand it to a company that will use it for exactly the same thing that Google uses it for? Until, of course, their users realize that their default search service is the new Yahoo Chrome, sucks, and we changed that back to Google anyway. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think Google should lose Chrome? And if so, who do you think should get it? And finally, in news that doesn't surprise anyone, and in a segment that I probably could have written months ago and still gotten right, Rockstar has delayed the release of GTA 6 for yet another year. I mean, I'm getting to the point now to where I think Google will become Skynet and take over the world long before GTA 6 is released. But here's the thing, my biggest takeaway from this news is best described by this graphic right here. As you can see, between '99 and 2010, Rockstar regularly released a minimum of 3 games a year, with Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, and 3 only being separated by a couple of years. Then Vice City came out in 2002, followed by San Andreas in 2004, and GTA 4 in 2008. Then we get 5 years for Grand Theft Auto 5. Can you see a pattern here? We wait a year or two for the first few sequels. Then we wait 4 years between San Andreas and GTA 4. Then 5 years between GTA 5 and GTA 4. Now we have 13 years between GTA 5 and GTA 6. Do you know why? Well, for one, how many of us own multiple copies of GTA 5? I mean, it's been re-released on practically every single console as well as PC. I know I own at least 2, one for the Xbox 360 and one for the PC. There's no need to make a new game if you can just resell the old game over and over again. But here's the thing, there's also GTA Online. This has made Rockstar practically a printing press. So what incentive do they really have to promptly create a new game? I mean, based on Rockstar's recent schedule, my grandkids might see GTA 7, but it'll probably be my great-grandkids that will be at an age to enjoy it. But at least they gave us a new trailer, right? An amazing new trailer at that. Now, for the next year, we're going to see tons of breakdown videos about stuff that will probably get cut from the game before it's actually released. Did you notice though, as soon as the trailer dropped, everyone stopped talking about the delay? Funny how that works, huh? I hope though, after all this is said and done, they at least give us a reasonably priced game when GTA 6 finally does drop. They made us wait 13 years for this. It better not be a $100 game. I mean, it's bad enough that PC gamers are probably gonna have to wait until 2027 or 2028 for the PC version. We better not have to pay a fortune for it too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not against spending money on stupid things. Remember, I water-cooled a 3060, but $100 for a game? Sorry, that's why I have so many games sitting on my Steam wishlist waiting for a good sale. Anyway, that's the news that I found interesting over the last few weeks. I just want to thank all of my regular viewers as well as our new viewers for watching these videos. I enjoy making them because it's kind of fun to make jokes and rant about current news headlines. But if you like this video, then you'll probably like one of these too. As always, you guys have a great day.